In the name of Allah, the beautiful story of Abu Ghayth. From the signs of truthfulness is fear of Allah, and asceticism in life. For the truthful with conviction fears consuming from what is impermissible and bears poverty and hardship for the sake of Islam. If he commits sin, then he does not sleep until he returns to his Lord and repents, in order to free himself from the sin and its burden. Ibn Jarir at-Tabari. I was in Mecca during the season of Hajj, and I saw a man from Khurasan calling out to the people, "O pilgrims, O people of Mecca, from those who are present and those far off, I have lost a pouch that contains 1,000 dinars. So, whoever returns the pouch, Allah will reward them with good, save them from the hellfire, and his bounty and favors will be acquired on the day of accounting, day of judgment." An old man from the people of Mecca approached him and said, "O Khurasani, our city is in a very tough condition, and the -1 of Hajj are few, and its season is appointed, and the doors of profit-making are closed. This money might fall in the hands of a believer who is poor and old in age. Maybe he plans to give it if you make a promise that you will give him a little bit of money that is halal permissible for him to use." The Khurasani said, "How much does he want?" The old man said, "He wants 1/10 of the money, 100 dinars." The Khurasani said, "No, I will not grant him the money, and instead I will take my case to Allah and complain to him on the day we meet him. And Allah is sufficient for us and the best one to trust in." Ibn Jarir at-Tabari said, "I realized that it was the old man is poor, and he was the one who took the patch of dinars and wishes to have a little portion of it. So I followed him until he returned to his home. My assumptions were confirmed. I heard him calling unto his wife. "O Lubaba," she said, "I am at your service, O Abu Ghayth." The old man said, "I found the owner of the dinars calling for it, and he does not intend to give any reward to the person who finds it. I said to him, 'Give us 100 dinars,' and he refused and said he would take his case to Allah. What should I do, O Lubaba? I must return it, for I fear my Lord, and I fear that my sin is multiplied." His wife said to him, "O man, we have been struggling and suffering from poverty with you for the last 50 years, and you have 4 daughters, 2 sisters, my mother and I, and you are the 9th. Keep all the money and feed us, for we are hungry, and clothe us, for you know better our situation. Perhaps Allah, the Almighty, will make you rich afterwards, and you might be able to give the money back after you fed your children, or Allah will pay the amount you owe on the day when the kingdom will belong to the king Allah." He said to her, "Will I consume haram after 86 years of my life, and burn my organs with fire after I have been patient with my poverty, and become worthy of Allah's anger, even though I am close to my grave? No, by Allah, I will not do so." Ibn Jarir at-Tabari said, "I left with amazement concerning his condition and that of his wife. At a later point during the day, I heard the owner of the pouch calling out, saying, 'O people of Mecca, O pilgrims, whoever of you find a pouch containing 1,000 dinars, let him return it, and they shall surely find great reward with Allah.' The old man said, 'O Khurasani, I have addressed you the other day and advised you that our land is low on cultivation. So, reward the person who found the pouch so that he is not tempted to break the laws of Allah. I have advised you to pay the person who finds it 100 dinars, but you refused. If your money falls into hands of a person who fears Allah the Almighty, will you give him 10 dinars at least, instead of 100? The Khurasani said, "I will not do so, and I will complain to Allah on the day I meet him. And Allah is sufficient for us and the best one to trust in. Ibn Jarir at-Tabari said, "The people dispersed and left. Later on during the hours of the day, once again, the Khurasani made the same call, saying, 'O people of Mecca, O pilgrims, whoever of you find a pouch containing 1,000 dinars, let him return it and they shall surely find great reward with Allah.' The old man came again and said, 'Khurasani, I said to you the day before yesterday to reward the finder 100 dinars and you refused. Then I advised you to give him 10 dinars and you refused. So, will you give only 1 dinar so that he can buy with half of it things he needs and with the other half sheep milk so that he can give to the people and feed his children?' The Khurasani said, 'I will not do so, and I will complain to Allah on the day I meet him. And Allah is sufficient for us and the best one to trust in.' The old man angrily said, 'Come you, and take your money so that I can sleep at night. For I have not had a good mood ever since I found this money.' Ibn Jarir said, 'So the old man went with the owner of the money and I followed them until the old man entered his house, dug a hole, and pulled out the money and said, 'Take your money and ask Allah to forgive me and bless me from his bounty.' The Khurasani took the money and intended to leave. But when he reached the door he said, 'O old man, my father died, may Allah have mercy on him, and left behind 3,000 dinars and said to me, "Take out a third of this money and give it to a person from the people who is most deserving of it." Therefore I tied it in a pouch, so that I may spend it on someone who is worthy of it. By Allah, I have not seen a person, since I left Khurasan until now, who is more worthy of it than you. So take it. May Allah's blessing be upon you, and may He reward for the trust you kept, and your patience during poverty. The Khurasani man left without the money. The old man wept and prayed to Allah, saying, "May Allah bless the owner of the money in his grave, and may Allah bless his son." Ibn Jarir said, "I left after the Khurasani, but Abu Ghayth the old man followed me and brought me back. He asked me to sit down, and said, 'I have seen you following me since the first day you have come to know of our situation yesterday and today. I have heard that the Prophet said, if you are gifted from the provision of Allah, without begging or